Hey Jack, so this is the current status of our cabinet project. So this whole unit over here is done, and for the most part, I'm really pretty pleased. Eventually, I'm going to put like a butcher block counter in that whole section over here. But this is where it's really sort of hard to show you. But on this door, um, there's some like texturing that I was talking about. It's kind of hard to see. It's easy, yeah. That's easier to see there. So at any rate, and for the most part, it's probably just that door, maybe one other. So I would pull those, and I described that I painted that too soon between coats. Otherwise, I'm really pretty pleased, and it came out great. And there was a lot of work of refinishing them, and stripping them and sanding them and then wiping them all down with a deglosser. So as far as like a base surface to work with, in pretty good shape. Over here, so all of these are done as well. So, and again, there's maybe one or two where you can see I actually started to sand this one down. You can see just a little tiny bit with like a 120 because I was seeing some of that texturing on this. And again, maybe it feels kind of like picayune or whatever, but you'll get a better sense when you're here. Okay, so then the to-do list, there's this little section here. All the hardware comes off. I've got all the hardware to replace it, hinges, handles, sand strip, prime, paint. There's this little section here, sand strip, prime, paint, rinse, repeat. Okay, so here, this was the chore. This was where they had really resurfaced and done it. Pete's coming in here. So they had done tried to do some work on this and it didn't go well. So these cabinet surfaces, I've actually done a fair amount of work here. And so what you're seeing here is actually wood filler that's been reapplied for probably the third coat to sand smooth, and that'll all be perfect when you get here. As I said, that's there were some fairly uneven surfaces on that, but it'll be great when you get here. And over here again, these have had the hardware removed, but I've not done any real surface prep. I've just done an initial sanding, so that'll be filled and sanded. And here would be where I would envision putting the trash. So maybe that middle piece comes out. I don't remember the configuration, but I'll probably, if you could let me know tonight if you have that track. If you don't have that track, I'll order it on Amazon because I've actually seen it before, and I'll measure the dimensions and make sure that it works and everything in that space. So yeah, and as far as the cabinets and where we're at with that, take you out here in the garage, and again, these look funky, but they're great. These have all been sanded and prepped, and they have one last coat on them that just need to be sanded down, but really significant damage that had been done, and they're beautiful, or they will be. So I'll have these primed when you get here. Again, you're seeing how it picked up the primer, so it looks different, but in actuality, that's completely smooth, and that was a lot of work. So At any rate, that's kind of where we're at, and we will talk to you soon. So long, bye.